Should I get my real estate license to flip houses? Oh my gosh, I get this question all the time. You know that I have my license in 2 states. I used to have 3. So my answer in this video is totally gonna shock you, but I'm gonna give you all of the facts so that you can make the right decision. All right, let's go. Welcome back. I am so excited to make this video. As a licensed real estate agent in the great state of Texas and the great state of Florida, and formerly a licensed real estate agent in the state of Georgia, I have so many opinions on this and I have so many facts to give you that you don't want to miss this. Please stay to the end because I promise you what I'm going to tell you is going to shock you. So go ahead and take this opportunity to go ahead and subscribe to my channel and click that little notification bell so that you do not miss any content. I am one of the fastest growing channels on YouTube thanks to you, and I'm going to keep giving you free information so that you can be successful. So let's get into it. So in this video, I'm gonna give you a quick checklist that you can just go through so you will know yay or nay, should I get my license or shouldn't I? Number 2, I'm gonna tell you the exact cost breakdown because obviously getting real estate licenses has a fee and a cost. And so I wanna just give you some of those numbers so again, you can make an informed decision. And then lastly, I'm gonna share with you how I flip houses with my real estate license now, how I flipped houses without my real estate license, and I'm gonna tell you which one worked best. So please stay to the end because you do not want to miss this. It is hilarious. So let's talk about a real estate license because I gotta share and tell you what that is before we even get into it. So a real estate license is a license that you would get, and it's state by state, okay? You cannot have a national real estate license. It's based on your state, okay? So first thing that you need to know, in order to be a real estate agent, which is what it is to get your real estate license, you have to go to real estate school. So let's talk really quickly about real estate school. So real estate school is actually pretty inexpensive. You have to be 18 years of old in most states. You have to go through a course. Sometimes it's 40 hours, sometimes it's 80 hours, sometimes it's 120 hours. It really depends on which state that you're in. And so giving you an example, like I said, I have been licensed in Georgia. Actually, at one point I had 3 licenses, Georgia, Texas, and Florida. I gave up the Georgia license because I didn't really necessarily need it. I have a lot of properties in Texas and Florida now. And so those are where I have my licenses. But I'm going to tell you, I had to go to real estate school in both states. So I've been to real estate school in all 3 states. There's no way really to get around this. So let's talk about real estate school really quickly. It's not very expensive. I think it costs maybe $500 to maybe $2,000, depending on what state you're in. And the course itself is actually a little difficult. I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is from someone that has 2 master's degrees. It actually is a little bit challenging. You learn a lot of terms and you learn a lot of things that are laws and how to deal with working with clients and having your license under a brokerage, you know, like the RE/MAX and the Keller Williams. You learn a lot about the business. And you learn a lot of old laws that you probably won't use, but you need to know that information in order to pass the test. So that brings me to the next part. After you go ahead and you go to real estate school, you pay your fee, you sit through the course, you pass the course, then you have to take your real estate exam. Okay, every state has an exam, and I'm being honest with you, it's not really that easy. Obviously, I passed it. I'm not saying it's rocket science, but it is something that you have to study for and take seriously. And it costs a fee to take the test, okay? So again, you had to pay for real estate school, you had to pay for your books, you had to pay for the exam. So all in, you're probably gonna spend a few $1,000s to get your real estate license. So let's talk about all of this. Do you need that to flip houses? That is the real question. Let me get into that with you. So now that you've taken your exam, you've gone to the class, you've done all these things, but you really just want to flip houses. You want that $65,520. That's the average amount of a flip, the average profit. That's what most people want. So do you need a real estate license? Do you need to go to school and pass an exam and do all of these things to flip a house? And the answer is no. There's some pros and cons, but the actual answer of do you need a real estate license to flip houses? The answer is unequivocally you do not. And there are some pros and cons to having your license, and I'm going to get into that because it is major pros and cons. So let's talk about a real estate agent, because we know what a real estate agent does. They take you around, they show you properties that you may want to buy, or you may be a seller and you're like, I want to sell this house. Real estate agent comes in, they put the sign in front of the house and then they put the property in MLS and try to sell it. So that's a real estate agent. Let's talk about, though, what a real estate investor is, because that is a totally different side of the coin. That is someone that is trying to make a profit off of properties. That's me. That's you probably. You want to get that house that needs some repairs, fix it up, and then sell it and make, some big money. Well, being a real estate agent does not prepare you to be a real estate flipper. I'm going to tell you the truth. Nothing, and I mean almost nothing they teach you in real estate school is going to help you flip a house. I know. It's a little painful because I just said you're going to spend a few $1,000s getting that license, and then you're going to try to flip a house and you're still not going to know what you're doing. Because the truth of the matter is, like I said, a real estate agent, what they go to school for is completely different. You are learning how to be an agent, how to deal with the public, how to be ethical when dealing with the public, and then how to support your broker in the best way. Because again, your duty, your fiduciary responsibility, or in other words, who you have loyalty to, I'll use it that way, who you have a loyalty to is your broker. He is essentially like your employer. So it's not really one that's gonna be about flipping. They're not really interested in you flipping houses and making money. Your broker is like, go out, find clients that wanna buy houses and find clients that wanna sell houses, get that commission and give me a piece of it. That's how that works. Real estate investor on the other side is like, let me find a crappy house, let me fix it up, and then let me sell it for a profit. Now that's the side I like. Now, I have my real estate license, so I dabble in this side, but I'm gonna be honest with you people, the money on the real estate investor side, flipping houses, that's where it's at. So when you flip a house, again, I told you, the average profit was $65,520. Again, go to Realty Track. This is not Noelle making up anything. You could literally Google this. Now, 65,000 average, 3% commission. So let's talk through this. You sell a house that's $200,000. 6%, what's that? That's $6,000. Yeah, but that's not all your money. What did I say? You owe money to your broker. Usually it's a 60-40 split, 70-30, 80-20, whatever. In many cases though, when you're new, it's not that great of a split. I even know people that have to give half of their commission to their broker, plus pay their broker a fee every single month, plus pay their MLS fees, plus pay their fees to the National Association of Realtors, plus pay their fees to the State Association of Realtors. So let's go through this. You started with a $200,000 house with $6 grand and you paid all those people. So you might get $2,500. Maybe. You drove all around in your car, you showed them all these properties, you waited 30 days for them to buy, you talked to them over and over, kept them going, talked to the loan officer. I mean, you did a lot of work. Or on this side, find a crappy house, get me a real estate contractor. Again, I'm not fixing no properties. Sorry, just got my nails done. And they fix the property and then I sell it. And then lo and behold, I show up to the closing and I get 65 grand. Come on, this isn't really a tough decision, but it's a decision that you have to make because there are risks with flipping houses and there's risk with being a real estate agent. It really just depends on you. And so unfortunately, I can't answer that question whether you should or you should not, because like I said, I do both. I have my real estate license, but I do not show anybody any houses anymore. I'm not offering going to anybody's house to sell it. I'm past that. Honestly, I never really enjoyed it, if I have to be honest with you. And as soon as I started flipping houses and I got those checks, and I'm not even talking about fixing and flipping. You guys know I have tons of videos. I'm just talking about even flipping contracts. I was flipping contracts and getting $20,000, $30,000, meaning I didn't fix anything on that property. No contractor went out. I didn't put any earnest money. I didn't put any down payment. I didn't do anything but find someone with a property problem and then find someone to buy that house for a higher price. And then I got the difference. To me, that's a better deal. Now, when you have your real estate license, This gets a little bit muddy though. So this is the part that I want to just warn you guys about, talk to you guys about a little bit. As a real estate person with a real estate license, you can't necessarily do everything. So there's times when I had to put my license on inactive status because I was going hard in the paint. I'm trying to make some money. Kids got to go to college, got to get baby new shoes. Mama need new weave, all different type of things. So I was like, let me go ahead and put this license up and I'm just going to be flipping some houses. And baby, it was a big difference in my pay. Okay. Flipping houses makes me so much more money. Flipping contracts is so much more easier and less time consuming than finding clients and showing them houses. So again, I am not dissing real estate agents. I love them to death. Again, I'm a licensed real estate agent, but it's a lot that goes into it. And the truth of the matter is you got to just kind of pick which one you want to do, or you're going to be like Noelle and you're going to keep putting your license back on inactive status and back on active status. But it's what I do and it works for me. All right. So that concludes this episode. Hopefully you absolutely loved everything that I share with you. I told you so many secrets, so many things that you can do right now. If you need more information or if you ever want to talk to anyone on my team or to me, there is a link below where you can schedule a call. I have free training for you. Go ahead and check it out at Noelle's Free Training. It will teach you all of this and more and give you ways that you can make a ton of money so that you can be successful and start making the money that you want to make. All right, to your success.